Hello, everyone, and welcome back to more Cinderella Phenomenon Evermore. We are back for more of this game in Rod's route this time because in the last episode where we left off, we had completed chapter 1 of Rod's route. Yes, we started a new storyline, and this time it's with Rod, to explain, he's no longer our stepbrother because um, after we got together in in the last game, Rod actually what's it called? We were concerned about how the rest of the kingdom and the people were going to look upon our relationship with Rod because obviously if you guys don't remember, Rod is technically our stepbrother. He is the second wife that our father married, and Ophelia basically had two other kids before she married our father. So we have step siblings. And so we were concerned about our whole public image with that, and that's why we kept the relationship on a down low, and we were trying to work things out somehow. But then Rod kind of took matters into his own hands. He went to visit Parfait, who is alive in this timeline. You have to remember there's a couple of people who are alive. Same with our father. Our father is not dead. Yeah. So Rod went to meet with Parfait. Well, we were there as well too, and he was asking Parfait to grant him a wish, in which um, I think, I think Parfait's solution was to essentially get rid of Rod's status as a royalty, as part of the royal family, in order so that we don't have that whole weird relationship thing. In that way, we won't have to hide our relationship if he's not technically not related, but like in the royal family. So related in that sense, not by blood, but yeah. So we were just like, but everything we were concerned because what's it called? That would essentially erase the people's memories of Rod's family. So if he goes through with it, he he will risk having his family like basically be put erased out of the picture of the royal family. And then he's like he doesn't want to do that because they've already are well adjusted to that life, and also he feels guilty because the last time, well, how the what's it called, how our father married Ophelia was technically on Rod's part as well too, where he made that wish, or that turned into a curse, to become like a royal prince or someone of a high status in order to kind of almost impress the girl that he had a crush on, but it didn't work out because the girl he had a crush on or is already marrying somebody else. So yeah, that's why he was like, technically it was my fault that my family ended up in this mess where we're now part of the royal family. I don't want to have to take that away from them again and have it be my fault. So with the help of Cinna, Parfait was able to kind of rework the spell, or the wish, so that only the general public will forget that Rod is part of the royal family, and and then our immediate family, so the king, Ophelia, his mom, his sister, us, and I guess the rest of the Marchen people, the members of the Marchen will still remember who Rod really is. But to other people, he'll just be like a commoner. And then he said that with that he'll work his way up to become someone who's worthy of marrying us, quote unquote. That's his words. So yeah, he kind of was like good on that. So now he is no longer our stepbrother. He is now our brother in Christ. He is now simply our brother in Christ. So that's what happened. He went away to Brigantia to become the royal dance instructor, and then he. So we had a long distance relationship for the majority of the time, and just sending letters. Except our letters are kind of like sort of doesn't really reply much to it because he's been busy. He's been busy and everything, but we're sort of like we miss him. We miss him a lot. And then he sent his last letter was basically just him talking about how busy he's been, and but he never really disclosed when he's gonna be coming back. So that kind of upsets us, which kind of I guess sent us on like a little bit of a rocky path. We're very upset. And then, but it turns out that he was gonna surprise us. He surprised visited us, without telling us. He only told our father in the letter that he gave his our father, and so yeah, he's now here under the guise of the, oh, he is now the royal dance instructor from Beginner. He's gonna teach us more ballroom dancing lessons. So it's a nice surprise. But we were sort of upset with him still because it's like, why didn't you tell me? And also, this is like, I like surprises, but not this kind of surprises. Like, I really missed you, sort of thing. So yeah, we kind of were upset. We were mad at him for doing that, but it worked out. It's fine. So now here we are. We are back, trying to just catch up, trying to just make up for lost times, and we're in the forest because we wanted to spend time together, but not in the eyes of the public just yet. Because again, people don't really know who Rod is, so it's kind of weird for us to suddenly, like, be super close and super intimate with this dude, this random dude. So we chose to go and spend time in the forest where, we used to kind of like, it's our special place where we could be ourselves and, not have to worry about anything. So yeah, so the next day, Rod and I head out to the forest. Just as I anticipated, the trees are more vibrant today, their branches weighed down by shining red apples. Apples! It's beautiful. I reached out to touch one of the apples. Num nums, can I has an apple? Do you think we should pick some for Emmeline? Yeah, why not? I mean, they're ripe. No one's gonna take them, and it'll be a waste if they just, rotted. I'm sure she'd love that. Okay. Awesome. So a gentle breeze rustles the leaves of the trees as we take in our surroundings. The sound of birds chirping punctuates the gentle silence. Being here with Rod makes me feel at peace. For the moment, neither of us has to worry about being seen in each other's company. We can relax. Yes, this place is full of nostalgia. Yes. I look forward to our secret meetings here. Funny that we're still meeting here like this even after so much has changed. We stand there for a few moments, savoring the peace and quiet. And then Rod slowly steps away from me, holds out his hand. Oh, okay. May I have this dance? Ah, you're so, of course. God. The two of us have never needed music to dance. I close my eyes and lean my head against his chest, relishing the feelings of yay of his closeness. See, I told you I made a good choice. It was either going here, or it was either going into town. But I was like, why would we go to town when people, we still have a little bit of a mess to sort out. It has been a long time since we danced like this, but I have the movements memorized. It is easy to slide back into routine. We dance till night, till the moon comes out. Later, when the sun sinks below the horizon, Rod turns to me. As much as I enjoy this, I think we should head back. He smiles. Your dance lessons are about to start, and we unfortunately need a bigger space for them. Oh yeah, right. The whole he's here not because under the guise that he is the dance instructor and that he needs to teach us ballroom dancing, but also because our father was going to organize this big ball that's gonna come up. I forgot what the occasion is. I think it's like the anniversary of something. He tried to trick us saying that it's it's to find suitors for us, but we're like, we got mad at that too, and he's like, damn, my bad. And I was just trying to throw you off, but no. I take his arm when he offers it. So apple picking, and then we return to the palace. Rod nods. Rod? What? Thank you for suggesting this break. Anything for you, Hana. Oh, so sweet. Okay. So we pick apples in the dark. Wow. That's kind of hard, isn't it? Like, you know? Alrighty, next day. So the next day, Father officially introduces Rod as our dance instructor. The announcement causes quite a stir, and soon all the servants are talking about him. Why? It is not long before the gossip spreads through NGL. Most of what people are saying is positive. It seems Rod does have quite the reputation. Okay, cool. It is amazing that Rod has made a name for himself in so short of a time. Yeah, I know. I hope he overhears these conversations and is proud of himself. I certainly am. I am on my way to the throne room when I hear one such conversation between two maids. So, what do you think of the new dance instructor? Oh, yes. He looks to have a stern demeanor, but I'm sure maybe he's a secret charmer. They giggle. Yes, I'm impressed someone so young has earned so much prestige in Brigantia. I can only imagine how talented he must be. And he's handsome to boot. Of course, they'll talk about how cute he is. I wonder what he looks like when he smiles. He always has such a scowl on his face. Do they never tire of gossiping? No, we live for the tea, Hannah. You don't understand. But it's strange, isn't it? Sir Rod has visited the palace many times before. I wonder why... Oh! Yes, hello. Oh? I am here. Yes. Do you suppose he's courting Princess Emmeline? They seem very close. Oh no! No, no, no! Oh, maybe you're right. Oh no. This sounds so awkward. It sounds so wrong because they don't know that they're related. I nearly choke on my own breath and have to put my hand to keep my mouth and I have to put a hand to my mouth to keep from laughing. I know, yeah. It's just You know what's strange though? The fact that they look so similar. Yeah. That is rather odd. God. Do you think he could be courting Princess Hana? Okay, there you go. You think? From what I overhear, Princess Hana has never expressed interest in any of her suitors. Well, I guess I am grateful no one has caught onto that tidbit of gossip at least. Hey man, better to gossip about him courting me than like him courting his own sister. I shake my head as I make my way to the throne room. Okay, Rod and Emmeline look up in unison when I step inside. Emmeline immediately shoves her hands behind her back and smiles at me. It is a strange smile. Oh my god. Hello, Hannah. What are you hiding? Are you okay? Of course, why wouldn't I be? Her voice actually squeaks, and I am unsure whether to be confused or concerned. I raise an eyebrow. Rod gives Emmeline a gentle nudge. Aren't you going to be late for your piano lessons, Em? Oh, you're right. Okay, I'll see you both later. Emmeline makes a beeline for the door and only slows as she gets closer to me. She turns and, obviously hiding something behind her back, continues to sidestep toward the door. You're acting strange. It's just your imagination. Uh-huh. The last thing to leave her mouth before she exits is an excruciatingly awkward laugh. Rod looks like he is trying not to cringe. Emmeline is a terrible liar. I turn to Rod expectantly. Stay silent, ask Rod about Emmeline's behavior. Okay, it's obvious that she's trying to do something. Okay, you know what? I'll just stay silent. I spoke up about a lot of things before, but you know what? Like, I can see he's trying to do something, so let's turn a blind eye to this. They are obviously keeping some secret from me, but I am more amused than irritated. I cannot help the smile on my face. What is it? Nothing at all. Rod smiles, if not a little awkwardly, before turning to a nearby table to look at his music sheets. The table is new. Father had it placed here for our lessons. Yeah, so, have you heard the latest gossip? Rod groans. Please tell me you're not actually interested in that. Oh, I just find it funny. I assure you this gossip is a little more entertaining. How so? I overheard a rumor you were courting Emmeline today. Rod stares at me in horror. I laugh at his reaction. You're just messing with me. No, it's the truth. Yeah, I heard them talking. Who started this rumor? Do they not realize how ridiculous it is? Rod pinches the bridge of his nose. Why did it have to be M? There was nothing about you? No, afterwards it was about me. I suppose we have no chemistry. Well, I'm just gonna tease him. That just means our acting is impeccable. Oh, like, how much longer are we going to pretend, Rod? It has been 2 years. You made this wish so we didn't have to hide, so why are we still doing this, right? Well, we gotta work towards it. We gotta make it seem natural. Rod looks away, eyes distant. Are you still afraid people will think you unworthy because you're a commoner? Rod flinches. Oh. I saw what Mother went through after marrying the king. Oh, I know it must have been a difficult transition, but Ophelia is well loved. I look at him, perplexed. Are you scared you would have to go through the same thing as Ophelia? Yeah, I don't care what people say about me. I'm concerned about what they'll say about you. Rod, you already know that I do not care what others say about me, right? I am no stranger to shutting people out. I've lived most of my life being hated by this kingdom, Rod. I think I can handle myself just fine, right? I'm not no stranger to this. This isn't my first, little pony show. You're right. Maybe it is me after all. No, it's fine. Rod, your concerns are valid, okay? Rod abruptly shrugs, as if shrinking the worry from his the worry from his shoulders. Let's not talk about this right now. I just remembered something I wanted to discuss with you. Okay. Oh, what's this all of a sudden? It's about the last letter you sent. Okay, maybe it's a little bit of a strongly worded letter about how you don't tell me when you're coming back. But I did it out of concern, okay? I did it from a good place. Oh right, I suppose I sounded very angry in that letter, but how did you even read it? I sent it out 3 days before you arrived. Emmeline retrieved it from the messenger before it was sent out. Oh, he frowns. I read it. I see you're still mad at me for making that wish. No, how could I not be? You sacrificed so much only to leave. You know the reason I made that wish, Hana. Yeah, well, yes, I do know, but that does not mean I cannot regret it on your behalf. Before, we made the decision to hide together. Now you have made it so that you are the one who must sacrifice everything. It is not anger, but sadness that causes sparks to jump at my fingertips. I close my eyes and take deep breaths to calm myself. Are you alright? I'm fine. When I open my eyes, the sparks are gone. Rod sighs. I wanted this, Hana, not just for you, but for myself too. Being a prince was a constant reminder of how much I lied to the world about who I was. With this wish, I start living a life crafted by my own hands. Right, but... Oh, before I can say anything else, Rod has closed the distance between us and pressed his lips to mine, effectively cutting off my words. That's not very fair. Afterwards, he pulls back and looks right into my eyes, his face flushed. It strikes me that this has happened more than a few times. Must you always do that so suddenly? Rod grumbles and shrugs. It's always the easiest way to get you to stop talking, anyway. I love you, Hana, and I would do anything for you. No matter what happens in the future, I know I will never regret this wish. Rod sets a hand on my shoulder and squeezes. Stop worrying about all of this, okay? I promise it will work out. Okay. I cannot promise, but I will certainly try. That's good enough for me. Now, dancing. He reaches for my hand and plants a kiss on the back of it. Shall we continue where we left off yesterday? Okay. I smile as I place my other hand on his shoulder. We shall. Alright. Oh, cute. These past few days, Rod has been teaching me one of the Brigantian dances he learned. This dance is in particular full of energy and involves a lot of twirling and side steps. Rod leads me into spin after spin. We have become comfortable enough dancing with each other that we do not need to focus on our steps when we move. I am glad because it allows me to focus on his serene expression. Is there something on my face? No. I shake my head. Nothing but your wonderful smile. Oh, look at me, so smooth. I got game. I was just thinking how much I miss dancing with you. Same here, but now we can do it every day. Yes, only how much longer will every day last? Right, so because the whole situation that he's wished himself into, and now that our father basically brought him in as the royal dance instructor, but since that's all he really is, there's like really no reason for him to stay any longer than he's meant to stay, like doing his job, that is. Like after the ball, we're just kind of worried, like, will he have to go away again? Like, he can't stay with us. By the time the song has stopped, I am almost out of breath. A job well done, Hana. You still need to practice your footwork, but you're learning quickly. Rod leads me to a chair and hands me a glass of water. Thank you. I got them twinkle toes. I gulped down at least half the glass before facing Rod. That dance was exhausting. How are you not out of breath? I've had a lot of practice. Yeah, I figured. Once you get used to the steps, they become cathartic. You just need to build stamina. Oh. It's a dance that suits Brigantians, though. They're very lively. I look at Rod, curious. Can you tell me more about life in Brigantia? Rod seems to ponder quietly for a few moments. Then, after some consideration, he pulls out a chair and sits beside me. He begins by telling me how difficult life was for him at the beginning, especially given that he'd never left the kingdom before. He was constantly homesick, but Claude and his family were able to lighten that burden by being overly accommodating. At first, it was overwhelming. Eventually, however, Rod became accustomed to the royal family's enthusiasm. Aww. He tells me very briefly about them. When he brings up Lance, Claude's brother, I cannot help but wonder. I have spoken to Lance a few times. He seems more cordial than Claude, but I do not know him well. I wonder what he's like. Rod crosses his arms. Being a student was easier than being a teacher. Back when I lived here, all I needed to do was study. I might not have been good at most of my classwork, but at least it was straightforward work. Really, Emmeline told me once that you were a fast learner. She said you knew how to sing, dance, cook. Rod flushes. I'm just saying, I excelled in those things because I enjoyed them, not because I was a good student. Oh. Okay, fair enough. I look at him curious. I have never heard you sing or watch you cook. Right, because true, Rod shrugs. Well, he ought to be a good singer because, you know, his backstory or his, thing is the Little Mermaid, right? So, dancing was the easiest way for me to express myself when I lost my voice. Now it feels like the most natural thing to focus on. But traditional classwork has never come easy to me. And here I thought the only thing you were bad at was expressing your feelings. I mean, I'm one to talk. Rod's cheeks turn an endearing shade of pink as he scowls at me. You're the worst. He sighs as he glances out of the window at some distant sight. So, what are you bad at then? Why would you ask me that? Because I'm curious. Come on. You have to promise not to laugh. Okay, I won't. What could it possibly be that you're bad at? Rod stares down at his hands and sighs. Are you bad at drawing? History, politics, fencing, remembering dates and names, and combat. Oh. My swordsmanship is atrocious. Oh, it's okay. There's clear distress in Rod's eyes when he confesses this to me. His usual stoic facade is broken. The Rod I see before me looks vulnerable and anxious. It's okay, you don't gotta learn how to fight well. You know, self-defense. All you need to do is have a disarm and you're good. I cannot help but smile. Why are you smiling? I'm always happy when you open up to me. It makes me feel like I'm a part of your life. Then from now on, I'll make sure to tell you even the little things. Okay, I would love that. Yeah, communication, even in the little things. Once my dance lessons are over, I head back to my room to practice creating simple potions. It is a solitary task, one I normally practice in my free time. However, probably because I am always so bored during the experiments. I sit up groggily, realizing belatedly that I have fallen asleep at my desk. Various potion ingredients lay scattered on the surface. I stare at the clock. It's already the next day? How in the world did I sleep through last night's dinner? Oh! A knock sounds at the door. Your Highness, His Majesty requires your presence in the throne room. Okay, understood. I wonder what he wants from me so early in the morning. Oh, I'm here, Father. Father is seated on his throne when I enter. Rod stands before him. Good morning, Hannah. Oh, good morning, Father. I approach warily. I called you here for an important announcement. Rod, would you like to do the honors? Okay. I am surprised by the glowing smile on Rod's face. What? I have officially asked permission from His Majesty to court you, Hannah. Oh, cute. Okay. I mean, we're already 2 years into it, but okay. Just for face value. I stare between the two of them with wide eyes. When did this happen? Last night. Oh. You were already asleep, so we thought it best to wait until morning to tell you. I turn my baffled gaze to Roz, who is still smiling. I thought about what you said. I agree. It's time we stop hiding. There's no reason for it anymore. I move before I can think. In a heartbeat, I have my arms wrapped around Roz's waist and my head on his shoulder. This is about to be the easiest courting that you'll ever experience. It feels as if a momentous weight has suddenly been lifted from my shoulders. There will be no more hiding, which means I no longer have to hide my affection for him. Well, you still gotta, make it seem like it's still natural. Like, oh, haha, like, we still got to know each other. We're still getting to know each other. News of our courtship spreads like wildfire. I am accustomed to gossip and am unfazed by the attention, but I can tell Rod is unnerved by the sudden spotlight. Still, we both do our best to continue our daily routines. I do notice, however, that Rod has become busier in recent days. He tells me he has been meeting with father about important matters. I figure it is about the upcoming ball. Okay. I have just finished my dance lessons for the day. Though Rod is meeting with father in the throne room, I have no such obligations and decide to return to my room to read up on potion making. I am passing by the dining hall when I pause, hearing voices inside. And because he was so embarrassed, he ended up running away. What? I hear laughter. That definitely sounds like Rod. Those voices. I push open the door to the hall. Is it my mother? Yes, and Emmeline. Ophelia and Emmeline look up when I enter. I am shocked to see Sebi there too, sitting on Emmeline's shoulder. Oh. Before, Rod and Sebi were inseparable, but ever since Rod returned, I've barely seen them together. I wonder why. Oh, hello, Hannah. Yes, perfect timing. We were just talking about Rod. Emmeline cups her hand to her mouth, casts a surreptitious look over my shoulder, and then whispers. Rod, yes, I know, obviously. I can hear you down the hallway. Ophelia beckons me over to the table, then turns back to Sebi. So, what happened after that? Yes, do tell. Spill the tea. Spill the tea, madame. He refused, sir, good sir. He refused to step out of his room the whole day. When others asked after him, he feigned sickness. Oh, Emmeline sighs. Why did he just refuse the gifts? Probably because most of them were from noble women, and refusing outright would have been insulting. Yeah. What is this about gifts and noble women? Oh, I was just telling everyone how popular Rod is with the Brigantian noblewomen. Oh, of course. He was sent various gifts from young women on Hearts' Day, but because he didn't want to refuse them, he avoided everyone altogether by staying in his room. Oh. I do not realize I'm glaring until Ophelia places a hand on my arm. It's okay, they're in Brigantia. And we're here, he's here now. Hannah? I forced a scowl from my face immediately, not even sure why it was there in the first place. You don't need to worry, princess. He told them he was in love with someone else. I can feel my face heat at his words. Exactly. Aw, you're blushing. Shush. Shush. It's just the sun. It's really hot. It's really warm in here. I am not. I promised to look after Rod, and I intend to keep that promise. And that goes for you too, princess. If I have to drive away 100 women, I'll do it. Aw, he's so cute. Sebi's so cute. The thought of a tiny plush bunny attempting to scare off a gaggle of girls makes me laugh. Before I know it, I become absorbed into the conversation. Hours later, when our conversation winds down, I make my way back to my room to read my potions book. Good to know that I got a wingman slash, I don't know, a right hand to make sure nobody tries anything. Today, I am going to the Marchen for one of my magic lessons, or at least that was my plan. Just yesterday, however, I received a letter from Parfait saying there was a change of plans. Everyone in the Marchen has decided to throw a small celebration for Rod and me. Oh. At first, Rod seemed reluctant to go, but he couldn't refuse after Parfait personally requested his presence. In the end, the two of us agreed to go by carriage. Okie dokes. Rod is already standing by the carriage when I arrive. I smile when our eyes meet, but Rod only nods, his mind seemingly elsewhere. I immediately notice the dark circles under his eyes. Oh, everything alright? Why are you losing sleep? I'm fine. I just didn't get much sleep last night. I was up reading the King's books far past midnight. The King's books. I found out only a few days ago that Father started lending Rod specific study materials. Apparently, these books are meant to teach Rod more about the policies and rules governing our kingdom. I hope you're not overworking yourself, right? Rod smiles. It is a tired but thankfully reassuring smile. I'm not. Okay, you say so. He holds out a hand and helps me into the carriage. No sooner have we entered the town than some of the Yeah, no sooner have we entered the town than some of the town folk, noticing the royal carriage, begin to wave at us. Oh. The response is uplifting. Before, the masses avoided me. Now things are different. Things first began to change when I made a public apology after breaking my curse. The townsfolk were at first skeptical of whether or not I would follow in my mother's footsteps as a tenebrarian bearer, but their trust began to grow when I started dispelling fairy tale curses. Princess! Oh. I look out the window and see a little boy running to keep pace with the carriage. Oh? Can I give you something? A gift, please? Okay. I order the carriage to stop and step out. The boy flashes a toothy grin. Then without any preamble, he holds out a lily. Oh, sweet thing. I got this for you, princess. I took the flower from him with a gentle smile. Thank you. The boy clasps his hands behind his back and smiles shyly. Someday, I'll become a prince and marry you. So cute. I am simultaneously bemused and taken aback by the confession. I appreciate your gift, but I'm afraid I am already courting a prince. Well, sort of. He was a prince, but that's just like, for the narratives. I gestured at Rod, who stands between me and the carriage. The boy blinks. But he's not a real prince, right? You're right. Wait, that does not matter. Does not matter. He is my prince. He will be. You do not need to be a prince to marry a princess. Exactly. Rod, who had been silent this whole time, suddenly starts speaking. Not being a prince just means you have to work a little harder. The boy's eyes seem to shine with hope at the prospect. Yeah, then I'll work hard too, so I can live in a palace someday. Okay. Rod's responding smile is wan. He suddenly looks incredibly tired. We should leave, Hana. They're waiting for us. You look like you need a nap. Like, I'm good if you want to take a nap somewhere. I give the boy my heartfelt thanks before stepping back into the carriage. Work harder. Oh, Rod mumbles to himself as he stares sullenly down at the floor. Rod, are you alright? Rod, stop doubting yourself. Stop that. Stop it. He looks up suddenly as if I've startled him from his thoughts. Yes, I'm fine. He smiles weakly before turning his attention back to the view outside the window. Something definitely seems off about him, right? He's just doubting himself again. He thinks he's not good enough, still. Princess Hana, Rod, welcome. Anise is the first to welcome us when we arrive at the Marchen. No sooner have we stepped inside, however, that another person makes himself known. If it isn't everyone's favorite princess, who is this? Oh, it's, Chevalier, yes. Chevalier's smile is as sunny as always. He steps forward and sweeps into a courteous bow. It's been a while, Princess Hana. Yes, that it has. Hello, Chevalier. Ever since Chevalier's curse was broken, he has been working at his clinic. Gone is the tenacious flirt I used to know. In his place is an optimistic doctor. Oh yes, he used to be like, who still makes ill-timed jokes? Soon we are surrounded by people. Rod stands awkwardly in the center of the room, surrounded by Chevalier, Anise, Delore, and Parfait. Waltz is seated away from the commotion, leaning on an armrest with a grin on his face. Parfait's cousin, Cinna, is seated by the window reading a book. He has not greeted either of us. Look at him, being so sullen. Maybe this is just my imagination, but... Delore raises an eyebrow. Her Royal Highness is looking particularly buoyant today. And are your cheeks red? What? What do you mean? Delore, you shouldn't tease Hana so much. Parfait beams. Being able to flaunt one's love is always a thing to celebrate. Delore looks at me and snorts. Who are you and what have you done with the princess? I still can't believe you fell in love. Oh, shush. I bristle at the words. It's not as if this is news. And anyway, what is that supposed to mean, Delora? Sigh, Princess, you're just too much fun to tease. But in all seriousness, I'm glad you found someone just as stubborn as you to cherish. I'm standing right here. Delora turns her grin to Rod. I say that in the most affectionate way. You must have some magic of your own, being able to melt the ice princess's heart. Come now, Delora, you're embarrassing them. What's it called? Parfait is such a mother. They make it far too easy, Parfait. Rod turns away with a grumble, arms crossed. Chevalier breaks the momentary silence with an easygoing laugh. It really is a pleasure to see you again, Sir Rod. I haven't seen you since you left for Brigantia that first time. I believe the last time you were... He pauses, considering. Well, you were much shorter. But now look at you. You're almost as tall as the rest of us. He reaches out as if to set a hand on Roz's head, but Rod pulls away with a grimace. What do you mean, almost as tall? Waltz pointedly clears his throat and steps between Rod and Chevalier. So how are things at the palace lately? Rod's expression softens. I can tell he is relieved by the change in subject. They're alright, busier than normal, but that's to be expected with the news. Uh-huh. Chevalier steps forward and squints at us in turn. What? What? Yeah, what? Is he noticing? Yeah, his dark... I was gonna say, he's gonna notice his dark circles, because he's a doctor after all. There are dark circles under your eyes. Have you been under more stress lately? Rod raises an eyebrow. It's rude to impede on someone else's space. Ah, my apologies. He's just a doctor. He's just doing his job. Chevalier takes a step back. And I'm fine. Though Chevalier is quiet, I can tell by the wrinkle between his eyebrows that he is unconvinced. Before he can say anything else, I decide to offer my own opinion. Should we... Well... I don't know. Should I tell? Should I rat him out? Should I rat him out and just be like, he's just a little bit more stressed than usual, but like, nothing too serious. Like, I don't know. Or like, well... But Rod's insistent that, you know, he's doing fine. If he says he's doing fine, that's his own business. Like, who am I to really intrude again, even though I am his significant other? Okay, I'm gonna say he is doing well, or as well as he is doing. More like, because Rod seems like a very private person. I think we should know by now that Rod prefers people not to get into his business too much, so I don't want to be intrusive. I don't want to be intrusive and speak out for him when he's a grown man, okay? He can handle himself. He's doing well. He's just been busy is all. He's working as a dance instructor and taking lessons with the king. Your concern is unwarranted and unnecessary. Okay. Chevalier smiles. Sorry, I am by my nature a warrior. Yes, he is a doctor after all. It's true, Chevalier takes his work seriously. A little too seriously, in my opinion. Well, Lady Delora, I'm only trying to keep my patients healthy. Yes, he shakes his head. He has integrity as a doctor, okay? And that we can appreciate. Anyway, I'm relieved I'm just overthinking this. Okay. I lean closer to Rod and whisper in his ear as the conversation carries on. You are not allowed to overwork yourself, understood? Yeah. Just saying. I know I covered for you. I said you're doing fine, but you are stressed, clearly. Rod sighs. Understood. He smiles, but it does not reach his eyes. Ugh. Somewhere nearby, a book snaps shut. Oh, must all of you be so loud? Oh, it's Cinna. He's got his sass up. Cinna approaches, book tucked under his arm. I swear a person can't read in peace in this place. Okay, then go outside. Yeah. He stalks out of the room with a glare affixed to his face. There is silence for a few moments when he leaves, then Chevalier laughs. The tiny lord is lively as always. Yes. Tiny lord? Why does he come up with the strangest nicknames? Who is this sassy lost child? I guess that's one way of describing him. He may seem temperamental, but I assure you Cinnamon is quite pleasant once you get to know him. I glance at Rod. Seems like a certain someone I know. Yes. Rod says nothing. Even as I watch, he stifles a yawn. His eyes look glassy. Exactly how many hours of sleep did you get last night? 2. Yeah, I was gonna say an hour or 2. Rod, you're definitely pushing yourself too hard. Chevalier's right. You should take better care of yourself. I know you. You always push yourself. I know you want to do your best. I know. But there's a limit, okay? Rod shakes his head. Never mind, it's nothing. What? I know there's something on your mind, Rod. Rod responds with a smile. Hehe, I knew it. When I continue to scowl at him, he plants a kiss on my forehead. I swear it's nothing important. Don't worry. I'll get some rest when we get back to the palace. Fine. Yeah, go take a power nap or something. Oops. I hit the scroll button. Though not all of the old boarders are present today, we decide to make the most of our small reunion. Anise prepares a small meal for dinner, and the gathering is lively. It's a shame Sir Garland and Lady Jurian couldn't be here, and it's been months since we saw Prince Claude. The knights wanted me to apologize on their behalf. They have been busy training new recruits. And the last time Claude wrote, he said he was busy with his duties. I doubt he'll be free anytime soon. I'm glad he still sends us letters every so often. Right, he's keeping in touch. I do rather miss having Miss Karma around. Yes. Chevalier groans. Speak for yourself. Miss Karma was always staring daggers at me. With good reason. Lady Delora, yeah, weren't you always trying to flirt with Miss Karma here? When you had the chance, like you were always mistaking him. Parfait laughs. I'm sure we'll get the chance to have bigger reunions. I'm sure we'll get the chance to have a bigger reunion soon. Yeah, maybe around the time of the ball. The conversation goes on, but I notice one person has remained quiet throughout. Oh, are you sleeping? Did you fall asleep? Rod has not spoken a word since we started eating. Is it because he's tired, stressed, or is there something else on his mind? I think he fell asleep. I hope I can get to the root of whatever it is soon. Okay. Is that okay? Oh, that's the end of that chapter. Okay, cool. Chapter 3, no more secrets. Yes, it's not good to keep secrets unless it is a surprise, you know? Like a well-meaning surprise. But anyways, that is our cue, or that is my cue to end this episode here and continue on the next time in chapter 3. So far, I think I am getting a better hang at reading Rod in terms of he's a very quiet person. He's a very, not quiet, but he's a very private person. He doesn't like people to get in his business. And you know what? Respect to that. I totally get it. Like, not everybody needs to be up in your business. But yeah, we still need to be that gentle reminder, be like, I know you're a grown man, but just letting you know that the way that you're going on about things, you're gonna burn yourself out. And we don't want that. Like, that's just not healthy. We just want you to be mindful of that, even though you are working hard. So there's that. So I guess that is the main struggle, or the main problem of his route, is to basically try to remind Rod, or Rod is having that like mental conflict of whether or not he thinks that he's good enough to, court us to fill in that position of being future king. So let's, I guess we'll see in the next episode and the story going forward, if we can put some of those worries to rest so that he doesn't end up hurting himself or hurting other people by accident without meaning to, like things can get heated. I feel like things have already gotten kind of heated and there's a bit of a rough start, partially on my end, but my fault, and it's my fault, but yeah, so thank you so much guys for tuning in. I hope you guys are enjoying the story so far. Be sure to subscribe and leave a like, or you don't have to leave a like, but you can turn on the notification bell. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell at least, because that is the surest way to know when's the next time I'm going to upload. In case you are not familiar or not aware, I am on a semi-hiatus on my channel still, because of my work schedules and stuff. I still have a bit of a hard time having moments and opportunities to record and upload for you, so I take the chances as they come, and they come at random. So even if you ask me when's the next time I'm going to most likely upload, I can't really give you a straight concrete answer, but so far I've been doing a pretty good job of it, don't you think? So yeah, anyways, better safe than sorry. If you want to know the next time I'm going to upload anything, just subscribe and turn on that notification bell. But otherwise, thank you so much once again for all your patience, and I hope to see you next time in this Let's Play, or perhaps in another Let's Play of mine. But for now, bye!